Hey guys, and welcome back to another session of Crusader Kings 2 Paradox campaign, or mega campaign. So today, I'm carrying on with Crusader Kings 2. In the last session, we saw quite a few countries pop up, and a lot of them tended to fall and create more provinces and whatnot. As you can see, in the eastern part of Europe, we had a lot of these provinces form into countries but then accidentally fall because of either due to relatives taking over different parts of the land that the king owned, or just countries forming, well, provinces forming independence due to the fact that they just want independence. Now, if we go to our ledger very quickly, we can go and see our religion. The most popular religion right now is still Catholic and Sunni and Buddhist. If we go down to the lowest, we have a few that only have a few provinces. That so Jewish is only one province. We don't know where that is. Monophysite, I don't know how you say that, but yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of counties with only a few provinces in their religious states. The most characters with the most demands, well, the most fucking biggest countries is Vestergotland, Chief Timurus the Cruel, Meg the Impaler, King Einstein of Nidaros. We have quite a few countries that are quite big right now. Obviously, we can't look at our dynasty because we're not actually playing it. Biggest army right now is Ostgontaland. I think that is, yeah, right here, right now. Is Ostgontaland, and if we go back to our ledger very quickly, oh god, we also have Constantinople with quite a big army, and obviously quite a few other countries. But anyway, so some of the countries to point out is Mumu, even, sorry, with 7 provinces, or I think 8 provinces. Yeah, we have Tyr. I think. Let me have a look quickly. Yeah, Tyr Ugain with a random province in Scotland, which is quite interesting. We also have Albany, which is probably going to be formed in Scotland soon. We also have Powys in England, well, in Wales here. We have Venice, who is quite big at the moment. Croatia, the Papacy, which is quite an interesting country. We'll keep an eye on that. And also in the Middle East, we have Hijaz, Mecca, and a few others. In India, we don't really have very big countries right now, or big provinces. Like I said before in my last session I was doing this, India is very, very quiet at the start, but gets absolutely hectic throughout the campaign. So anyway, we're probably going to be heading up to 1,050 maybe in this session, maybe 1,000, maybe 960 of the year. So let's just get on and let's see what happens. So obviously you're going to be seeing some slowdown when I'm in the fastest speed right now. If you give me a sec, guys, I will close a few things so I can make this faster. Be right back. Heavily sorry about that, guys. My game crashed when I alt-tabbed. Like I said before, you're going to see some slowdown when I'm on 5 speed, but hopefully it should calm down after a while. I could go down to 4 speed, which allows me to have better frame rate. So I guess we'll do just 4 speed for now. It's still as fast, but slightly slower. Yeah, so to be fair, we're going to see, I think in this session, a few more countries pop up, and maybe even some of the big countries actually form bigger throughout this time lapse we're going to have today. We'll just see anyway. So let's see what's going on down here in Venice. Venice is at war with Croatia at the moment, which doesn't surprise me really. Yeah, we're going to see quite a few countries go to war today. Obviously, we still have a lot of places in the world where there's a lot of one provinces and whatnot, so that is not surprising. My main interest in this whole entire mega campaign is definitely what's going to happen in England, what's going to happen in Italy, and especially in Europe. I would like to see some of like the rare kind of countries for it. So like the Knights Templar. I don't know. I think it's the Knights Templar. I'm not quite sure. I think it's something like that. I would like to see the papacy actually tend to be. I like to see the papacy try and take over a lot of land in Italy. That'd be quite interesting to see. Oh shit, Perm's just grown massively. Holy fuck. Perm is going to be fucking huge. Velani. Got quite a few provinces on its back right now. Erumquim. It's got about 4. Also, we're probably going to be seeing maybe the Aztecs come in, or maybe the Mongol hordes come in, which will be quite interesting. Now, what's going on down here? It seems that Tir Egwin is at war. Uladi, or Ulad, I think, has managed to get their way into southwest of Scotland. Sorry. It's gonna be quite interesting to see what happens. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see what happens. Bertisee. It's quite big at the moment. Let's also look at the kings and see what their traits are like at the moment. We have Venice here, so let's see the Liege of Venice. He's deceitful, he's diligent, he's just, he's envious, and he's also brave. He's also a misguided warrior as well. For Mumu, the king is craven, he's Udite. Oh shit! I believe... Shit, he died. Oh no. He died of a natural death. He was 64. He was, at the time... Let's have a look. Ah, we can't look at him now. That's a shame. Oh well. Anyway. So who's the king? Who's the liege? Ah, right. So we have King Henry. He's Woff, he's Roth, he's master of his mind, he's mastermind, sorry. He's ambitious. He's a craven, he's just, and he's deceitful as well. Deceitful, deceitful. Don't know how you say it, really. What about the papacy? Let's see what's going on. Chaste, proud, trusting, he's ambitious, sorry, and temperate. He's a detached priest as well. Oh shit, Perm was huge, but now it just went back to being kind of small. Atira? I've probably just like completely destroyed that name. Let's have a look. This guy is gluttonous. He's a fortune builder. He's ambitious. He's deceitful. He's wrath. He's arbitrary. But he's also stressed as well. That's not a good thing. You do not want stressed or depressed or ill when you're a king. That's for sure. Yeah, we've seen a few countries pop up. That's for sure. Abkhazia. God, he's got quite a few good ones actually. He's chaste, he's patient, he's cruel. No, he's cruel, that's not good. Diligent, he's ambitious, Gregorious, he's scarred, and he's also a tough soldier. Let's just see what we have up here in this session. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about seeing what actually happens. We have a revolt here at the moment, which is quite interesting. Constantinople is being raided. Holy shit. Lesbos. Whereabouts is Lesbos? Lesbos is here. Yes, it is. Wow. So Lesbos is attacking Constantinople. Ah, Constantinople has a few provinces here. I did not know that. That's quite interesting. Venice, still as big as it is. Is the papacy at war with anybody? No. I'm very, very intrigued as to see what could happen in the French region of the world. I'm having a feeling that we could have... I mean, anything could happen in this whole entire mega campaign, which is what I love. Anything can happen. Any country could form. It's not going to be like the world we see today. I mean, I'll probably post a map of the real world right now with all the countries, and then you can see how different it is and how wacky it gets with all these countries fighting each other. Okay, so what do we have in Scotland right now? We have Moray, we have Man, Moray and Albany. Interesting. What's going on down in Africa right now? We have Tunis. That's quite interesting. We've got Tunis. That is the old version of Tunisia, I believe. We also have a big country forming in northeast Africa, which is Nobatia, which is 3 provinces big. Hassanids, they're quite a common kind of country to form. Oh, hello, Valani just became bigger. Perm just became slightly bigger as well. Forban is probably gonna be dead soon. But like I said before, and these kind of regions forming a big country at this time is actually not a great idea. Even though it's good, it can be a bad idea because a lot of people in this area are very, very fucking greedy and very, very independent minded. So a lot of provinces tend to go fucking very, very see, like, as you can see here, cultural unrest is 10%, so that's quite fucking bad. VRs, okay, yeah, that was the country that was revolting. They're quite big. They've got about 4 provinces. I mean, if you were watching my Doom 2 session that I did a couple of weeks ago, because at the moment I'm actually recording this with my free time. This isn't in the schedule right now. In the schedule it should be, I've just recorded Warrior Kings 2, Warrior Kings Battles, I've uploaded it. So really, next after Warrior Kings Battles game dev, but I'm recording this so after Crusader Kings 2 comes around again, I can just upload it straight away. Well, I could make it private if I wanted to. I could probably do that. I'm thinking of doing that now, so when the time comes around for the schedule to be a game that should be part of the schedule, I'll make it private until it's actually in the schedule, if that makes sense. Anyway, so we have Sturgotland, Vestergotland, sorry. That's a very big country. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 provinces, holy shit. Anything going down in... Oh, hello, what's going on here? East Grestish Revolt. Interesting. Oh yeah, we also saw Wessex take over part of Aquitaine here. We also had Navarra take over part of, I believe to be Aquitaine as well. I believe this is Aquitaine? Yeah, it is. It's very weird, very, very strange indeed. We have Holland here as well, taking over parts of Flanders. Very interesting. Wallachia is at war. Defending, and also defending. So who are they defending against? Ah, right. Defending quite a few countries around there, or provinces around their country. Dory Lane is quite a common thing to pop up. They've appeared both in my first and second offline mega campaign that I've done. Something very weird happened in my second mega campaign. I don't know if I actually discussed this, but what was quite hilarious was that the North German Federation in Victoria 2 ended up forming here in Arburia or Sardinia, which is very fucking strange. France at one point popped up like with one province in this part of France, which is very, very strange. Lots of weird things happen when you do a mega campaign, and there's all different kinds of countries about, different kinds of wars going on. It's very interesting to see when communists appear in the late game of Victoria 2 as well. In my second mega campaign I had, I think it was I'm not quite sure. It was Lancaster and some other big country. Basically what happened was the other country formed Great Britain, and it took over Ireland and England, the whole of England. And Lancaster ended up having these two provinces, and well, after a revolt happened, Lancaster became independent again here and became communist, which was very, very fucking strange. So who do we have here? Oh, Man has just taken over part of Ireland here. Ulaid is now 4 provinces big. Mumu has taken part of Scotland here. That's very interesting. Connacht is still 1 province big. They could be quite a weak county to take over. So can Mid. There you go. See. So now Ulaid is now becoming a big country in Northern Ireland. Let's see what's going on. Venice is defending against Thames and is also attacking Pex, which is over here, so they're probably going to take over this. Thames, I don't know where Thames is. Whereabouts? Ah, hang on. Whereabouts is Thames then? Thames is here. Ah, okay, cool. We do have Esztergom. We saw that in the last session. Ah, Thuringia. Yes, we saw this in the last session as well. They took over this part. They could. I think their best strategy is to try and take over Göttingen, and then see if they can take that. Plony. That was the county I played in my test session. There's 2 provinces big now. Very interesting. Let's see what's going on in Eastern Europe. Perm is now massive again. Revolt risk is quite high in some of their provinces. Villani, they're defending against Ket, I believe. Yeah. It's very, very interesting to see single provinces try and take on a big country like this. Let's see how big his army is right now. Well, we could just do this, can't we? 1,000. How big is Ket? 700. You could try and win that. Very difficult, but you could try and win that. It's all about luck in this game when you have lower number of units compared to a country that has higher. Lots of things come into play in this game, especially in Crusader Kings 2 and Europa Universalis 4. That's for sure. Ah, hello. So Plony did form, but now it's Saxony. That's very interesting. Quite indeed. Vestergland is still very big. Ostergland is still quite big. Shit is going down in Albany. What is going on here? Hey, Albany now just took over some land from Moray. Interesting. How is... Wow, Wessex has now been taken out of Aquitaine, and now we have Armagnac with 2 provinces. Toulouse. That's, oh yeah, that's a single province. I thought that was 2 provinces then. Razon. Ah, who are you? He's proud. He's a poet. He's a thrifty clerk. Owns a holy relic, does he? Interesting. Thuringia is defending against 2 people. Class of Ireland, Offriston, and he's attacking Holstein. We'll see how Thuringia gets on later on. What's going on down in England right now? We have... Who are you? Armagnac. Interesting. Don't know who that is, but Armagnac. That seems to be... Ah, right. Oh, okay. So Armagnac actually took over Wessex here. Look, that's interesting. So there could be a revolt risk of Wessex coming back. That's quite cool. It's weird to see different countries from different parts of the world take over different parts of the world where they really shouldn't be. It's very interesting, especially in this Shattered World mod. Albania. Free province is big. What's going on in the Middle East right now? Nothing too much. We are seeing some wars pop up. We have Holy Wars. They're defending. Oh, hello. What's this then? Sikra Hosa. Cool. Felix.